Yo, what's up? Behind me here I have the Tesla Model 3 from Marcus Biel. You guys know it. In this test I will check something, because on the roof of the car I have this it's a sunshade, and I wanted to know, does it really help or does it improve efficiency? Test I've done before with Tesla Model S shows that it had no improvement on efficiency. So we will see now. So it's let me show the weather outside. It's not too much wind. Yeah, not too much wind, actually very little wind. A little bit of frost on the ground. It's -2 degrees Celsius. Let's get inside the car. I'm gonna show you what I mean. On the roof here, you see this one here. It's from Taptes, and I get it from Be Good in Norway. It's just a layer of, let me get inside, it's getting cold. Yeah, I'm gonna show you better. You see, it's just this insulating thing. It's not that thick, but I guess it adds a layer of air. It traps the air. It's held up with suction cups. So this one here gives me nice comfort. It's the same as, other cars with panorama roof, where you can close. You have this extra layer. You can close it. So what we're gonna do? Okay, you see here, -3 degrees Celsius outside. I'm going to reset the trip. Soon we're gonna drive over here and back again. That's 16 kilometers if I remember correctly. Well, you can just do it like this. I almost forgot that I'm in Tesla. Wait, man, I think I have to use the right hand. There, okay. And then let's see. It was only 4. Okay, so it's an 8-kilometer round trip. Yeah, but I've been getting consistent results. So we would just leave it on auto. It says 4. Actually, maybe we should wait a couple of minutes, because usually it goes into 3 resting state. But I can also show you here that, yeah, you see here, this is also very useful. ScanMyTesla is what this app is called. You can find it in the description below. But the battery is at 22.5 degrees Celsius, and the car is now scavenging heat from the battery. So we better quickly do this test before the battery gets too cold. Actually, it will scavenge the heat all the way to about 10 degrees, which will last for over an hour. But this is kind of high. I mean, the lowest I've seen is around 500 watts when it's resting. But no, I think this is good enough. So this car has been heated up for a long time. I've been driving around today, and the whole interior is nice and warm. So that means the car doesn't have to use that much heat to just maintain the nice temperature inside here. So let me see. Well, I'm waiting for it to drop lower, but I guess it won't. So let's just reset everything and start driving. All right, we're on the move, and the surface here is slightly wet. This is actually salt. Yeah, when they salt the road, they mix it with water, hot water. So the road is constantly slightly soaked or damp nowadays. But that could also increase the rolling resistance a little bit, but it doesn't matter, because we're gonna do the test consecutive now without any pause between. So the road condition and the weather does not change between the test. And I chose to cruise 110 kilometers per hour on the speedometer. It's around 107 kilometers per hour real speed. So, and it's not a 90 zone, it's a 100 zone here. Test number 1 with sunshade on. Round 2, 186. All right, we're getting very consistent result there. This happens every time I do any consumption test on this stretch, because I do it at night and I can drive very consistently without anyone interrupting me, changing my speed or whatever, or drafting. So, okay, now we're gonna take off that thing then. Okay, so all we have to do is just carefully take out these suction cups. There we go. Easy detachment. I just tuck it in the back there. And now we have glass here. So now I guess I just have to wait a little bit. I see there's a little bit of moisture on the inside there. So let's say we wait about 10-15 minutes to let it climatize. But wow, I can already feel that cold chill from above. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, really. I mean, many people, they can live with that, but for me, I don't like this, and especially if it's cold. Today it's just -3. Imagine if it's -10 or -15. Okay, I see that the moisture is starting to disappear a little bit. It's been a couple of minutes. I'm getting impatient, but I think we could just go now. So if you look here, it's got my Tesla. You see that it's still pulling about 850 watts, okay, as expected. It's still scavenging heat from the battery. So I guess off we go then. Okay, test number 1 with without the sunshade. What would you say? 187, exactly the same as the previous run. Okay, let me check here, by the way. So right now, ScanMyTesla claims that we are sucking a little bit more power, almost 1 kilowatt. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. It's still scavenging heat. As long as this one is the battery inlet, the coolant into the battery is colder than the battery itself. So it means that it's sucking heat from the battery. Yeah, if this would be higher than this one, then we are heating up the battery. So we are cooling down the battery now by harvesting the heat. So, okay, let me check, by the way. I guess I'll try to turn on some lights here. Yeah, so you see the moisture is gone now. Huh, okay, let's do one more run then. Okay, second round without the sunshade. Still 187, but you know what? I feel colder here. I feel colder in my head, in my shoulder. If I had a thermal camera with me, I could show you that everything. Yeah, I actually feel like this headrest is getting cold. Everything that is affected by this area here, roughly, suddenly got colder. I mean, the first round I didn't notice it right away, but on the second round, I felt this. And you know, this is not a problem just in a Tesla. Any car that has an open glass roof like this without any foreskin to close it, then you will get this problem. I actually know, when I think about this, I also felt cold. Shit, how? I also felt cold in the I-Pace when I was driving, and the I-Pace also has a permanent open glass like this, but MG ZS EV has a little thin layer. Many cars that have a thin layer, wasn't it? e-tron also had this foreskin. Foreskin is good, yes. So, but you know what I need to do? I need to, let me show you here. Okay, so we're running out of heat in the battery now. So I wanna do, maybe I can do 2 more runs. Let me just try. What I have to do now is have to compensate, because obviously the car is not compensating for me. So I had it on 20.5 degrees Celsius. I had to raise it to 22 maybe to get the same comfort level. But the fan speed, okay, fan speed is still 4. But then I need to wait for it to climatize, because we can see it here that, yes, we were resting at 900 watts something, and now we're pulling 1.5 kilowatt, but it will just be temporarily until the temperature in the car has stabilized. And then I guess we can go for a run. Okay, we wait a couple of minutes. I chose 21.5 degrees Celsius. That's 1 degree Celsius higher on the HVAC setting. We still have -3 degrees, that's good. Nothing has changed there. And if you look here, we see that it seems to have stabilized. It's pulling about 100 watts more. Actually, I can already calculate. If it's 100 watt more and we're driving about 100 kilometers per hour, that means 1 watt hour per kilometer. It's barely measurable, but we'll try. Okay, let's go for a run now. Okay, well, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but 189 watt hour per kilometer. Yeah, you know, it could be variance, the natural variance, but on the other hand, I've been driving very, very consistently. And if you look here, you see that the resting power is now about 1 kilowatt, not 900 watts. And that actually corresponds with the average speed and everything. So let's just do 1 more lap then, just to verify. Well, okay, again, 185. I think this is not a coincidence. It's just the fact that we have set the HVAC temperature to be higher. So the air conditioning is running at slightly higher power, and that actually adds to it. So, but again, we are talking about 1 or 2 watt-hour per kilometer difference only. So I would say that in my test, okay, well, you can add 1 or 2 watt-hour per kilometer if you don't use the sunshade then, yeah. Okay, I put on the sunshade again. Nice and warm again. So, you know, if you don't like this look, it could look a little bit ugly, well, not that pretty. So then you can get, well, if you don't like the top test, you can also buy from Evernex. They also have the same, well, not the same, but similar. But I found out that the Evernex heat shields, the suction cup sucks. Well, actually, it doesn't suck. That's the problem. These ones from Top Test or Be Good, the suction cups are really good and soft and they stick. So that's why I like it. But again, this is for the Model 3 I'm borrowing. But for MC Hammer, I also have another solution, a more elegant solution, which is that I use that sunshade, the original sunshade. But you can also get some third-party sunshade from China or somewhere, I don't know. And that is just a mesh grill, which will not help you that much. But then I use a bubble wrap to add insulation. I have 3 layers of bubble wrap. I think I have a separate video about that one, how to do it. And that looks better because then the roof line is black, not, I mean, it's fairly dark. This one is kind of reflective. Depends what you like, I guess. But what I should mention is that in MC Hammer, my own Model 3, I had that insulation and it works like a charm. I've been in Lapland, I've been in the north, I don't remember, but at least I've been in Lapland, and it was -15, -20 when I was driving, and also we were camping, waiting for Aurora, and it was -30 degrees outside. No problem at all because of the insulation on top there. So, of course, if you're Viking or if you drive with a hat or you have an afro, then you don't care. But at least for me, I want that comfort. So yes, just a tip for you guys. Yeah, that's it. So I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.